What we're looking to do now is change that narrative into it being Australia's highest quality graphite project. So we've demonstrated obvious opportunities to expand the resource there, and we've also shown that the ore handling via a simple concentration process and the flake size distribution that we get out of that flotation process is ideal. The flake that we get is ideal for a battery anode material.
Hello and welcome to the Assay TV, where today I am delighted to be joined by Martin Moloney, the CEO of Buxton Resources. Buxton Resources Limited engages in the acquisition, exploration and evaluation of mining tenements in Australia. And the company focuses predominantly on nickel, copper, gold, iron and graphite deposits. Okay, so welcome Marty, great to have you here on the Assay TV. Thank you for joining us today.
Great to be here.
Right, so just for those viewers that aren't familiar with Buxton Resources, can you just provide us with a brief overview of the company?
Sure. So Buxton Resources was floated on the ASX back in 2007, and since that time the company's made a number of grassroots discoveries in a range of commodities, including graphite, iron and nickel. But these days Buxton can be classified as a project generator, so we tend to mitigate the inherent risks in exploration by maintaining a low cost of entry, by pegging ground, by establishing strong technical bona fides, by low cost work programs, and then by farming out early. So we attract third-party investment from usually mid-tier mining companies on the basis of our project equity. So we keep the capital structure quite tight that way. So even after those 16 odd years, Buxton is still trading with 170 million shares on issue.
Great. So let's look a little bit more into some of your projects. You've got a highly focused development program at the Graphite Bull Project.
Yep.
How, number one, is this playing into the graphite demand? And can you just give us a bit of an update there?
So Graphite Bull has been previously known as Australia's highest grade graphite deposit. And what we're looking to do now is change that narrative into it being Australia's highest quality graphite project. So we've demonstrated obvious opportunities to expand the resource there, and we've also shown that the ore handling via a simple concentration process and the flake size distribution that we get out of that flotation process is ideal. The flake that we get is ideal for a battery anode material. So we're targeting a feasibility study towards an uncoated purified spheronized graphite product, which is the material that goes into the production of anodes. And so Buxton's 100% owned graphite project will be a key player in the global battery supply chain.
Do you see there being much of a graphite deficit looming, or how do you see that coming out?
It's inevitable that the global economies are switching towards electrification, and so anodes. There's an anode in every battery, and virtually all of the anodes that are produced today for EVs and for storage of energy use an anode that is composed chiefly of graphite. So there's various markets for graphite otherwise, but we're focusing Graphite Bull towards that battery anode material market.
Excellent, thank you. And let's look at the broader picture. So obviously Western Australia is a tier 1 mining jurisdiction. What makes it stand out in terms of attractiveness to mining investment?
So WA consistently tops the Fraser Institute annual survey of mining companies. Last year there was almost 26 billion invested into the resource sector. And so from a state perspective, resources accounts for about 70% of growth. So this is a resource state. There's 120,000 full-time employees in the industry. There's a deep level of service and technical providers, industry and government research sponsored work, tertiary education facilities. This, combined with the state's stable mining law, means, and with the rich resource base, has resulted in it's one of the strongest global track records in bringing new mining projects into development efficiently and quickly.
Absolutely. So let's move on to look at some results. So the company recently announced that its joint venture partner, IGO Limited, received some pretty impressive results from the Dogleg Prospect. Can you share any highlights of these results with us?
Yeah, so Dogleg, you can consider it a brownfields exploration discovery. It's nearby and a long strike from Buxton's Merlin discovery, which back in 2015 defined a whole new belt of orthomagmatic nickel sulphide prospectivity in what we call the West Kimberley region of northern Western Australia. The photos of the core from the Dogleg drill hole, this is the first hole into this prospect. These photos look amazing. And I'd refer your viewers to our release of the 4th of October. We're eagerly awaiting the assay results from that hole, and also the follow-up downhole EM from that hole and from the next drill hole that IGO have committed to drill this field season.
Excellent. Let's shift over to your Copper Wolf project. It's 100% owned. It presents a considerable growth opportunity for the company. What is the latest update there?
So yeah, Copper Wolf is a sleeping giant, basically. It's located in Arizona, which is one of the world's preeminent districts of copper and molybdenum porphyry style mineralization and mines. This project, Buxton owns 100% presently, but it is another joint venture with IGO Limited. They have the right to earn up to 70% there. At Copper Wolf, the exploration potential was first recognized as far back as the 1960s with work by Phelps Dodge and then by Utah. But that basically came to an end, that work, in the 1980s. So Buxton, in conjunction with IGO, have embarked on the first drilling program at this project for over 30 years. So we've drilled 2 holes, and these 2 holes, these announcements have just been made in the last couple of months. They've provided what is a spectacular demonstration of this project's ability to deliver the grades and thicknesses of copper molybdenum mineralization that we're looking for. So, you know, looking forward, we're eagerly awaiting the results of the second hole assays. There was 626.8 meters of visible sulphide mineralization in that hole. And we're presently planning for the next round of drilling there with our joint venture partner, IGO.
Absolutely. And I guess to round things up, what can our investors expect to see in the near future, just to summarize, particularly for the Graphite Bull Project?
Sure. So right now we're embarking on a ethnographic survey with the native title group. So we're looking to really cement our existing relationship with them. It'll be a really good demonstration of our partnership there and our collaboration with the Wodjiri people. So subsequent to that, well, in parallel with that, we've got test work going on at ProGraphite and Anzaplan. So this partially has been released, the ProGraphite component, where we can show we can produce purified spheronized graphite and that the material handles really well. So that's done, but the next stage will be the electrochemical results from those that spheronized graphite. We expect that before the end of the year. And the replica of that test work will be reported by Anzaplan in Q1, Q2 of next year. Other news flow from Graphite Bull will be, once we've done these heritage surveys, to start a drilling campaign. We'll drill this year if we can. Otherwise, you know, we'll really look to expand the resource base there and provide material that potential partners can use for their own qualification test work. you know, at Copper Wolf, we've got the assays I spoke about, and you know, launching into the next phase of work there. We've got a whole series of grassroots tenure that we're looking to strike a deal on to farm that out. So, you know, we're hopeful that that'll happen before the end of the year. So what will be, you know, the great opportunity next year will be to see IGO's 100% funding all of this drilling and exploration at Copper Wolf, and Buxton will be in an excellent position to fast track the feasibility and development work at Graphite Bull.
Well, it certainly sounds like Buxton's got a big few months coming up with plenty of news flow, and it's been great to get an insight into the company. Thank you for joining us today.
Yes, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.